Started from a DM, now she wanna see him. If you wanna link, baby, gotta be the weekend. Just follow me.
I have 5 songs left to do. Track 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. Track 14 is called Comprehensive Evaluation. That is a skit. Track 15 is the album titled song ADHD. 16 is Still Can't Love. 17 is Will, which Will Smith actually contacted him over. Well, Jaden got them in contact with each other over. And 18 is called Broke and Stupid. So this video is not going to be that long. This is actually going to be just like quick little snippets of them 5 songs. And then I'm going to tell you whether I feel like I believe it was about a 2-year wait for this album, if it was worth it or not. All right, so let's get straight to it with track 14, the skit.
Hey, buddy, come in and have a seat. Your mom told me you didn't want to come in and see me today because of our last conversation. And I apologize, buddy. I really do. I shouldn't have lashed out like that. I was out of character.
All right, so I'm not going to play that whole skit. It's basically a playback to the intro skit. Basically, the doctor is going to, as you heard, apologize, say he's not going to act that way again, and then he's going to just flip out on them all over again. So let's go ahead and go to track 15, ADHD.
It kinda feels like I'm dying on the inside. It kinda feels like I've been trying to get by, and I've been this way since day one. I don't need no medication, no, I don't need no drug. Or maybe I'm different, and maybe my ADHD got me tripping, and maybe I'm just everything that you missing, yeah. I feel like I'm dying inside. Why do I seem crazy? Someone tell me you can't blame me. It's my ADHD. Yeah, I'm always and I've been paranoid.
All right, so this one opens with the chorus, which is really all I wanted y'all to hear on this one. To me, I don't think this is the absolute best track, but this is the track I think he put the most heart into. Like, he cared the most about this song, and you can kind of hear it. It carries over into it. It is literally just a song about him not knowing what's up or how he feels and blaming ADHD and how it affects him through his daily life. It's really all the song is about. It's simplistic and it's ideal. The execution is wonderful. I personally don't think it's the best song, but I feel like it is the one he put the most into. All right, we're going to go on to 16, Still Can't Love.
She got a nice face, she got a nice body. I still can't love her, still can't trust her, baby, I'm sorry. I hold it down, if you don't got me, then I got me. It's over now, so please don't call me, please don't find me. Yeah, when I move on, you will not stop me. On everything, girl, I'm a king, I think I'm Rodney. Ain't no fake love on me, got real niggas around me. I know you care about us drinking, getting sloppy, you don't give a fuck about me. She got nice face, she got nice body.
So I'm not even gonna sit here and say I really enjoy this song. The song has a great melody to it though, and I like that. But I do feel like he harps on people not connecting with him or taking him serious, or people who kind of like took him for granted. It's kind of repeated through this album a couple of times. It reminds me of early Drake, who repeated that sentiment through multiple albums. No matter how good the song is or how good the sound is, if you're going to keep repeating the same sentiment, it might wear a little thin with people. And that's what this one did for me. It's like the 4th or 5th time he's kind of touched on this type of note on this album. It's a good song. It is done well, and I feel like people will still enjoy it and still have enjoyed it. but for me, it didn't need to be on this album, basically. Let's go to 17, which is Will, which is just an ode to Will Smith. Alright, so that's about all I need to play that song. Will just went viral because of Will Smith responding to it, and on top of the song just being a good song. There's no reason for me to play any more of this. If you have not heard this song, you need to go check out the video, because the video for it is magnificent. For one, he actually goes through Will's filmography, and I believe he touches on all of Will's films in some capacity. He may have missed a few here and there. I'm actually going to have to go back and look at the video to make sure he didn't miss some, but I believe he actually touched on all of them. He even touched on Wild Wild West, which was Will Smith's, it was like his worst movie. All right. I think the only movies that he didn't touch on were movies where Will was like the supporting lead, but wasn't the lead. He didn't grab any of those. So like the movie he did with Jaden, which I think is called After Earth, I don't believe he touches on it in this. But the video, remarkable. And the whole idea of the song is he's just basically saying Will Smith is kind of like a, I don't want to say idol, but it's basically what he's saying. Will Smith gave him the courage to be who he is today. And, you know, it's a beautiful sentiment. And, you know, like people say, you never know who you're going to inspire. So always try to be the best version of yourself. I'm sure Will didn't expect to inspire Joyner Lucas or anybody else, and he's probably inspired thousands, if not millions of people, despite what people may say about Will being corny. So we're going to go ahead and hit the 18th track, which is called Broke and Stupid.
First, we're affected by what we know. When I talk to the kids in high school classes, college classes, that's the first thing I tell them. Get the information while you're here. Nothing worse than being stupid when you get out of school. So get the information. Being broke is bad, but being stupid is what's really bad. And what's really, really bad is being broke and stupid.
This is shit I dreamed about when I was only 4. Sugar, water, mac and cheese, we were broke and poor. Court evictions, landlords never show remorse. Now I'm in the building, when they greet me, they gon' hold the door. I never needed your acceptance, this is my destiny. I made devil's work and turned it into God's blessings. Can't knock me off the block, this is not Tetris. Life lessons I learned, tables turn, that's my assessment. They told me to be picked.
Alright, so that's all I'm gonna play this song to. So the opening tidbit of that song basically tells you what the song is about. It's him saying, you know, he's been broke already, and the last thing he's gonna do is be the worst off thing he could be, which was broke and stupid. So he refused to be stupid, which led him into the realm of where he's no longer broke. It's the whole idea of the song. Don't be broke and stupid. If you make sure you're not stupid, then, and you have the work ethic, then you should not be broke. Now, you know, everybody's life is different. Things go wrong. Whatever. Can't really hold that against individuals. But that's the message he's trying to get out there. Now, overall, what I am going to say is, do I think this album was worth almost, if not a little more than 2 years of a wait for it? And I'm going to tell you yes and no. So the reason I'm going to say no is he was hyping this album for so long that no matter what he put out, it was never going to be good enough for the time, because he was talking about it for a very long time. And in today's age where people just drop albums, like Drake kind of told people about the little mixtape album he just recently dropped, yesterday or the day before, or something like that. It was within the last week, and wasn't much said about it. Eminem dropped Music to Be Murdered By. No one knew this album was coming. It was completely out of left field. it was a surprise album drop. And a lot of artists these days are doing a surprise album drop. So when you compare that to artists who are doing surprise album drops, or they're giving like 48-hour notice or something, when you give a 2-year notice, the expectation for the album is going to outweigh the realistic capabilities of the artist. Doesn't matter who the artist is. So I feel like it hurt a little bit in that way. Now, the reason I'm going to say yes is it's still a great album. If you take out your expectation because he was talking about it for almost, if not slightly more than 2 years, then you take it at face value for what he was able to create, and you will understand this is just a magnificent album from top to bottom. There is no weak songs on there. There are songs that I feel didn't necessarily need to be on there, like I said, with what was that, 15 or 16? I think it was 16 that I said that about. And that's just what it is. Certain songs he did not need to be on there because he was just touching on the same subject too many times. And that's not just a knock on him. A lot of artists do it, and I don't like it. Eminem, one of my favorite rappers, I feel like he is the GOAT. He touches on the same topic a little too much in some albums too, and it weighs on me. I want to hear you moving forward through your album in some manner. Like, you know, some people albums, they don't, that's just not who they are. I wasn't sure if I was going to do another album. Actually, I thought I would stop with this one. But then the Baby dropped the album, and it was really good. Drake dropped his little mixtape. It was really good. So I am going to do both of those. I'm not sure which order or when. I should be able to knock them both out in the next, I'll say my next set of off days next week. I could probably knock them both out. So that's probably what I'm going to do. But until then, remember to like, share, subscribe, and don't just watch me build my kingdom. Help me build my empire. I am out.